Okay, we'll just let that thing run. Okay, so how do you feel about this now? Hey guys, thanks for checking in. My name is Mark. I'm from Woodworker Source. This is another installment on a video series that we're working on called What's on the Bench, and that's where we show you some of the personal projects that we're working on. We even take you behind the scenes on some of the things that we're actually working on. So today I came over to Corey's house. Corey's our marketing manager, and so we're working on this workbench for his shop space, and I thought we'd let him tell you what that's all about today.
Yep. Hey everyone. So I'm the guy who's usually behind the camera working with Mark on the videos, and I decided to get a little selfish, and we're building our wanting to do a video just demystifying plywood and baltic birch, why you should care about it versus just some of the other sheet goods. And I'd use that as my chance to say, hey, let's test some of the things I wanted to build for my own bench. So we found a couple of things that we did wrong, or just
Mistakes we made?
Mistakes that are just harder. We found some of the areas that were harder than anticipated. So I want to pass along those tips. I talked to Brett over at our Tempe store when I wanted to build my bench. He turned me on to the idea of using a torsion box. What that does is it sets up a grid so you have the flattest surface possible and gives you the best space for woodworking. Not to mention, for a tall guy like me, helps make my bench even taller and higher. What I learned though doing some research is that I can make this way more functional for me. What I decided is I was going to use the Craig base, and so that I could put the bench on casters, make it easy to roll around. I have space underneath that I can put tools, or I can close that in. But then up top, I have space going along the sides that I can go ahead and store things like a square, the little things that you're just be reaching for. Put my router table and go down the route so that, hey, I don't want a separate table just for the router. I can still do all the things there, but have a maximum space for working. You probably have seen it in Mark's videos all the time. I love this clamp. It's freaking awesome. It has a dovetail end, so on top you can go ahead and use a dovetail bit and run channels, and it gives you a huge amount of versatility for clamping. I can just run this thing right through, line up my piece, clamp it down. I can do that anywhere I want. Virtually, I can reach any spot on the bench. Now, this is where I'm going to start telling you about what we learned. Because when we first did this, we thought it was going to be easy. You just chalk up a router bit, run it through, and it's going to go smoothly. I mean, this guy runs through smoothly now, but it didn't when we started. When we made our prototype, we ran into two issues that came up. The first one is that we chucked up the bit, started running it through, and we really had to muscle it. It took a lot of energy and a lot of strength to try and get the bit through. That caused us to go ahead and drift from the fence and made our cut useless. So as you can see, came off the line. There's no way that was going to work. Even on the ones that did work and that we ran straight through, that first pass, it comes out a little too narrow and gets stuck. So just some inconsistencies with the router. This guy, yeah, it ain't coming out right now. So that's just not going to work in the long run. To answer that first problem with the strain that the router bit was going through, it occurred to us, and Mark, in his genius, we took it over to the table saw and made a shallow pass just to go ahead and hog out some of the material, get that starting line done. Once we did that, it was like a knife through butter. You could really just glide the router through along the fence, had no problems at all, went very quickly. Makes sense, just less material to go through. To solve the binding of the clamp going through the track, what we found is that you go ahead, make that first pass that goes now smoothly, and then just use a shim. For us, 2 pieces of tape work perfect. Attach that to the back side, this nice flat side of my router. I was able to do that. Come up against the fence, provides just that little bit of space that then you could run through, make your second pass. It cleans up any inconsistencies that you may have run into, and really just provides that tidbit of extra space that you need so that you can let the clamp run smoothly.
All right, cool. So that's what's on the bench, is your bench.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Welcome to my shop, guys, and maybe you'll see it again.
All right. Well, and now we say thanks for watching. Do we need to do any of that? Watch out for a video. In a few weeks, watch out for a video about Baltic birch. That was why we launched off onto this, made some prototypes, ultimately ended up with this bench made out of Baltic birch because we wanted to show you how that works, things that you can use it for, and of course some things to watch out for when you're working with it. Anyway, that video is coming later than sooner. How about that? Yeah. Coming up. All right. Thanks for watching. My name is Mark. I'm from Woodworker Source.
This is Corey from Woodworker Source.
Yes.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Until next time.
See ya. All right. That might